For the longest time, algorithmic trading felt like the secret world, right? Something reserved for big hedge funds and super smart quants. Well, that's all changing, and it's changing fast. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can start automating your own trading strategies right on TradingView, all thanks to some incredible AI. So let's just cut right to it. You've got that trading idea in your head, right? That special mix of indicators and rules that you just know works. What if you could turn that idea into an automated bot that trades for you around the clock without ever having to write a single line of code? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack. But first, to really appreciate how big of a deal this is, you have to look at how things used to be. For anyone wanting to automate on TradingView, the only way in was through their coding language, Pinescript. Now, don't get me wrong, it's super powerful, but let's be real. For most traders, learning a whole programming language is a massive roadblock. And it was just so frustrating. You'd spend hours trying to get a simple idea into code, and bam, some weird syntax error you can't figure out. Or even worse, the code runs, but it's got a tiny logic bug, so it's not doing what you want it to do at all. It basically meant most of us were just stuck with those generic public indicators that you couldn't really customize for your own style. Okay, so what was the other option? Well, you could hire a developer on a freelance site, but that gets pricey really fast. You're looking at 50, 100, maybe even over 200 bucks for just one script. And if you want to test and tweak a bunch of ideas, forget about it. It's just not practical. So, that was the old way. You either had to learn to code, spend a ton of money, or just stay on the sidelines. But now there's a new way. So, let me introduce you to Pineify. Think of it as your own personal AI copilot, built just for TradingView. So what is Pineify, really? Look, this isn't just another ChatGPT clone. This is the world's first AI coding agent that's been built from the ground up specifically for Pinescript. It's been trained on all the official documentation, so it's completely fluent. Its one and only job is to be the perfect translator between your ideas, in plain English, and the code that TradingView needs to run them.
And Pineify is so much more than just one tool. It's a whole platform. You've got the visual editor, which is a total drag and drop system for people who want zero code. Then you have the AI coding agent we just talked about. And on top of that, you get an AI stock picker and a strategy optimizer to help you find the absolute best settings. It's the whole package.
And this is the key. It's all about speed. We're talking about taking a process that used to take days of coding, debugging, and pulling your hair out, and condensing it down into just a few minutes. Seriously, let me show you how it works. The whole thing is just a simple 6-step process. First, you just type out your strategy like you're talking to a person. Something like, hey, I want to buy when the RSI crosses below 30 and the price is over the 200-day moving average. Then, boom, the AI writes the code. Now, this is the really cool part. Step 3. Pineify automatically checks the code for errors and fixes them for you. After that, you just copy it, paste it into TradingView, run a backtest, and set up your alerts to automate it. That's it. It's that simple. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the tools themselves, because this is where you really get a massive leg up. This isn't just about saving you some time. It's about giving you capabilities you probably never had before. For anybody who just hates the idea of code, the visual editor is honestly a total game changer. You're not typing, you're building. You literally drag and drop conditions and indicators from this huge library of over 235 built-in tools. You can create some seriously complex strategies this way, all without seeing a single bracket or semicolon. Now, you might be thinking, hey, can't I just ask ChatGPT to do this? And, well, you could try, but it's not the same, not even close. See, generic AI is a generalist. Pineify is a specialist. It's been fine-tuned only on Pinescript. It automatically fixes its own mistakes. It remembers your conversation so you can tweak things easily. And it uses multiple AI models to get the job done right. It's purpose-built, and trust me, that makes a world of difference. And it gets even better. The screener basically turns your TradingView into a high-powered market scanner. So instead of clicking through dozens of charts looking for a setup, you can scan hundreds of stocks or cryptos or whatever all at once. You use your own custom rules to find those perfect setups just as they're starting to take shape across the entire market. Look, having a cool strategy idea is one thing, but knowing if it actually works, that's everything. And this is probably the most important part of algo trading. You have to validate your idea with real data before you even think about risking a single penny of your hard-earned money. This is where you can get a serious data-driven edge. I mean, once you have your strategy, how do you know if an RSI setting of 14 is better than 12?
Or if a 2% stop loss is better than a 3% one? Well, the Strategy Optimizer takes out all that guesswork. It will automatically run thousands of backtests, trying out all these different combinations for you to find the absolute most profitable configuration of your strategy.
So the distance between having a great idea in your head and having a live automated bot trading for you has never, ever been shorter. The technology is here, right now. All it takes is that first step. And that first step couldn't be easier. Just head over to Pineify.app. You can create a free account right away. Once you're in, just play around with it. Open up the visual editor. Try building something simple. Talk to the AI agent and describe one of your go-to strategies. Then just copy that code, pop it into TradingView, and run a backtest. There's literally no risk to just giving it a shot. Which brings us to the big question, right? That one strategy you've been thinking about for months, maybe even years. The one you've been trying to trade manually. It's now literally just one sentence away from being a real, working, automated algorithm. So what are you going to build first?